Publicity stunts from the Duke and Duchess of Delusion, which threatened to steal the limelight from the official proceedings. Now, no man knows more about all of this than the esteemed royal biographer of both King Charles and Meghan Markle.
What's so awful about the Commonwealth thing is that it's vital for Britain. It's important for the 54 nations who are part of it. And they have demeaned it by saying that it's all Empire Stroke 2 and the Netflix thing. But of course, the greatest need it now more than ever because they've got no other source of income. So I think they're just stuck with the devil now. They're tied to Netflix, they're tied to their book, and all the criticism they're going to take means nothing.
So, let's talk about the scandal that has the entire internet choking on their popcorn, because Meghan and Harry's perfect family image is getting ripped apart like last season's Netflix show. And who's behind this chaos? None other than Tom Bower. Yes, the man doesn't just write books, he drops nuclear bombs disguised as chapters. And this time, the explosion isn't about tiaras, tantrums, or royal feuds. Nope, it's about the Sussex kids themselves.
Of racism, the royal family is racist, which he then peddled back on Harry because he knew it was untrue. It was one of Meghan's many lies. And that is really what's so awful. That's why Charles tried very hard.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, the kids? Exactly. For most families, even bringing up a child's identity would be crossing a red line. But let's be real. When it comes to Meghan and Harry, every move has been packaged, branded, and sold like they're running a royal QVC. So naturally, when Bower suggests Archie and Lilibet might not even be their biological children, the world didn't just raise eyebrows, it screamed.
And evening, I think there's more to come.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think she's the master of the unexpected to deliver, and it's all expected. So I'm sure that when Harry is here, or just before he arrives, something else will come out of California.
Because this isn't about bedtime stories and playdates. This is about the ultimate royal obsession: legitimacy, bloodlines, succession, the DNA receipts that crown princes are made of. And if there's even a grain of truth to what Bower is claiming, it's not just a scandal, it's a wrecking ball swinging straight at Buckingham Palace's foundation.
Very interesting, actually. I don't know if you saw this from Tina Brown, who was, of course, one of the last people to see Diana before her death. She said the Duke and the Duchess are poor.
Let's paint the picture. Once upon a time, Prince Harry was everyone's favorite cheeky rebel, the prince with the grin, the helicopter, and the Vegas hotel romantics. Now, he's the internet's favorite meme, pacing around his Montecito mansion like a man auditioning for Paranoid Dad, the series. Insiders whisper he's snapping at staff, glued to his phone, dissecting every YouTube video, hi Harry, and basically unraveling like one of Meghan's Netflix scripts.
King Charles's weakness. He should have signed the letters which prevented them taking the titles. And just in the same way that he can't decide, really, whether Harry should come to the coronation or not. I mean, clearly as a father, he'd like him there, but this isn't about...
And Meghan? Oh, she's not pacing. She's plotting. Cool as ice with a stack of cease and desist letters taller than her jam jars. While Harry sweats bullets, Meghan's reportedly firing off legal threats like she's auditioning for Suits Season 10. But here's the tea. The harder she pushes the shut up or we'll sue strategy, the more people lean in like, so what are you hiding?
It'll overshadow what the coronation is meant to be about and not meant to be about her.
And our own Phil Dampier early in the show tonight revealing news that Harry has threatened that if...
And people are digging big time. Let's talk receipts. Those heavily curated pregnancy photos that looked like they were shot on an indie film set, the timelines that never quite added up, the mysteriously missing hospital snaps. You know, the ones every other royal family member conveniently has.
Celebrities and said in Montecito their $14 million mansion is a humble cottage compared to what these other people have. And she added, at some point it might be more than a new house she's looking for. Elon Musk is still single. That's all I have to say. So
And don't even get me started on how the palace seems to treat Archie and Lily like distant cousins instead of direct heirs. William's kids are basically part of the royal trading card set. Meanwhile, Meghan and Harry's kids rarely seen with Charles, Camilla, or even the late Queen. Coincidence or strategy?
Charles is so indecisive. He can't even at the moment decide whether he should wear a uniform or not on the coronation or breeches.
Now, if you're thinking, this sounds like tabloid nonsense, remember, this is Tom Bower we're talking about. The man has made a career out of digging through royal closets and pulling out skeletons still wearing tiaras. And historically, he's been creepily accurate, which is why this bomb is hitting differently.
That he didn't want to come. I've always said on the programme I didn't think they would come at all. I didn't think he would come, and I think he's looking for an excuse not to come, because I think quite clearly he has been put back into the guest list area of the Abbey rather than at the front. And I suspect he'll look for an excuse.
And let's be real, the silence from Harry and Meghan is not helping. They've built their brand on being loud. Interviews, podcasts, tell-alls, even Oprah's back garden got a feature. But suddenly, crickets. No denial, no DNA test, nothing but legal threats. And if we know anything about public perception, silence doesn't protect you. It screams guilt.
Financial motivation behind what Meghan does. Obviously, you've written this book, Revenge, about her so recently, of course.
Well, of course, that has always been her motive. She is money obsessed and always has been. And that is why she married Prince Harry, a great surprise and
Meanwhile, X, is eating this up like it's free popcorn. Hashtags trend, memes fly, panelists argue on primetime, and the demand grows louder. If you've got nothing to hide, take the test. Show the receipts. Because right now, people see a $100 million Netflix authenticity brand being held together with duct tape and staged family portraits.
He wants to please everybody, and he poses as a confrontationist, and it doesn't work. So he should have, vis-a-vis the Sussexes, cancelled the titles, and he should make absolutely clear that Harry is not welcome.
And the thing is, he would have had the public on side.
He would.
And here's where it gets deliciously ironic. Remember how Harry kept telling us fatherhood saved him? That being a dad gave him purpose? Well, critics are now twisting that knife, saying, saved him from what? Saved him with whose kids? Brutal. And tragically, it hits him right where it hurts, his identity. Because whether you see him as a naive puppet or a co-conspirator, both make him look weak.
Our view, but it's not theirs. They need the money, and they need it now more than ever because they've got no other source of income. So I think they're just stuck with the devil now. They're tied to Netflix, they're tied to their book, and all the criticism they're going to take means nothing.
Meanwhile, palace silence is starting to feel less like indifference and more like strategy. No birthday tweets from Charles, no cozy grandparent photos, no official gestures of inclusion. It's like they're building a polite royal firewall around Archie and Lily. Some insiders even whisper the palace has long suspected the truth, quietly keeping distance as a form of insurance. Which, if true, makes this less of a tabloid frenzy and more of a royal reckoning.
The Prince Harry had very little money. She imagined he'd be worth hundreds of millions, if not billions. And she's having to make up for it now. And that's why I think, I think Tina is a great journalist, and perhaps she has inside information. I don't see how the Sussexes think.
Now imagine the palace war room, advisors whispering contingency plans, lawyers quietly prepping what-if scenarios. Because if the Sussex kids aren't blood heirs, that's not gossip. That's a constitutional crisis. We're talking potential removal from the line of succession, titles revoked, centuries of protocol thrown into chaos, all because Meghan and Harry played coy with baby announcements.
Because what has really annoyed me over the past couple of weeks is Harry and Meghan yet again are treating the coronation as if this is some sort of reality show, some sort of game. Oh, we've received our email invitation now, but we're not going to reveal whether we're coming or not.
And let's not ignore the irony of Meghan, queen of authenticity, dodging the one question that could shut this down instantly. She gave us Netflix monologues about breaking cycles, podcasts about truth, and speeches about transparency. Yet here we are, asking, why can't you just prove the most basic thing? If your kids are yours, prove it. Simple.
Because that's the only way they can earn their money.
Very interesting, actually. I don't know if you saw this from Tina Brown, who was, of course, one of the last people to see Diana before her death. She said the Duke and the Duchess are...
But instead, she's lawyered up, doubling down on silence and legalese. And the public, they're not buying it. Because when everything else about your life has been staged, curated, or monetized, your refusal to prove something this fundamental looks like the ultimate hypocrisy.
Montecito cottage be more likely living somewhere in downtown LA, in a little hovel. That's their problem. They're stuck now. But, you know, the truth is about them that the only way I can conceive of Harry getting out of it now is if Charles...
So where does this leave us? With Harry unraveling, Meghan plotting, the palace quietly distancing, and the public demanding answers. And it's not fading, it's escalating. Every day without proof, the suspicion grows. And once questions of bloodline are raised, they don't just vanish, they stick, they haunt, they become the legacy.
Allowed them to get away with it. After all, they weren't even invited to Elton John's party yesterday at the Oscars.
Really?
Or
the Oscar ceremony itself.
I mean, they really are, nobody is in Hollywood, but somehow...
Here's the kicker. It all comes down to one decision. Do Meghan and Harry agree to a DNA test? Or do they let this cloud hang forever? Either way, their brand is cornered. If they test and prove it, the critics eat crow. But the damage is already done. If they don't, they guarantee a lifetime of doubt. And in royal history, doubt is poison.
This was at the Henley Literary Festival, and she branded the couple D-list celebrities and said in Montecito their $14 million mansion is a humble cottage compared to what these other people have. And she added, at some point it might be more than a new house she's looking for. Elon Musk is still single. That's all I have to say. So do you agree with Tina Brown that there is...
The fairy tale is collapsing. The modern prince and duchess story is turning into a Netflix true crime special nobody asked for. And while Meghan drafts legal letters and Harry paces the halls, the world just keeps asking the one question they refuse to answer. Who are Archie and Lilibet really?
Random House's publishers. It will cost millions of dollars or pounds. But Harry might give that to him in return for a signed agreement never to knock the royal family again. That's the only thing I can imagine would actually end this confrontation. But I can't see Meghan.
Because in the end, this isn't just a family drama. It's a royal reckoning. And every silence, every staged photo, every lawyer's letter only fuels the fire. The Sussexes wanted freedom. But freedom without truth? That's not liberation. That's a brand imploding in real time. So grab your popcorn, because this isn't over. It's only getting started.